give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Hello YouTubers, Doom143. I want to try this little ghetto setup for a little while. Hey, how's it going? Aloha, how's everybody doing? Man, I'm not really too sure what I'm trying to do here. I actually just picked up a bunch of books and decided to just put together a video. I actually got another, believe it or not, another personal grail. It's been a good couple of months, especially when it comes to personal growth, because tell you what, man, patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. This year I totally changed my collecting styles. I really wanted to just focus on books that I wanted, and that's it. I'll dibble dabble in some stuff that comes out every once in a while, not too focused on it, not too worried about the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Just really sticking to my guns about what it is that I'm trying to achieve. But I will admit, the past couple of weeks have been really cool at the local comic shop. And I'm like, man, I might actually pick up some of these books that's been coming out. And I really don't have any speculations, but I'm really just stoked on the new personal growth that I just got in. And I'll talk a little bit about that later on. So yeah, let's just get right into it, and just quick shout outs, 789comics.com. They've always been sponsored and always been partnering with the 9.2 crew. Just have to say thank you to them. I'll leave a link for them. Also, Luca jackets, just a great company. It makes these awesome jackets that's targeted towards the pop culture that's going on right now. They got jackets that look like Black Widow, jackets that look like Star-Lord, the Punisher, everything in between. Just really cool company, cool products, great pricing, and yeah, just go ahead, check them out. I'll leave the links for both of them. Speaking of 9.2 crew, I have no idea when our next show is. It's hard to get the guys together. Master X has finals. Freddy's, he has his things going on. Seeking Near Mints. Alex always has a thing. I think Alex actually has a haul today. Today's Thursday, and I think Alex, no, not a haul, I'm sorry, an auction. I think he has an auction going on today. All right, we're about 2 minutes in, and that was my son coughing. He has a small cold. 2 minutes in, haven't really showed anything, so let's just get right into the books. This is an M&M in my skin. It's actually a pretty sizable book. It's the size of a regular comic, and you can see the size of that. I guess it's a comic, but it's more of a trade paperback. And it was basically the last of the M&M books I was trying to collect. Kind of forgot about this for a little while. Then I think Timothy the Canadian Comic Hunter just kind of reminded me real quick. So I figured I'd go and I find it. I think this is a variant. Not too sure. There's 2 covers. I think this is a variant cover of it. But I haven't given it a read. And will totally start reading it probably this week. The only spec book I have that I even really want to talk about, and I'm not too sure, I feel like I already talked about this, but I don't think I did, is Micronauts. Now, ROM was just announced for a movie. For you people that don't know, ROM is actually part of Hasbro. So Hasbro also owns Transformers, I think G.I. Joe, Micronauts, just some other stuff, My Little Pony, whatever. But anyway, I think what the word on the street is Hasbro's trying to expand their footprint on the cinematic side of things. So the latest thing they announced was ROM. And so basically, speculation-wise, I was thinking, it would be a good time to really look out for some of these other books that have to do with Hasbro, first appearances, and that really don't go for too much money. So if you're ever out there in the wild, out there just comic hunting, these are some pretty cool books you should be able to pick up for cheap, and just kind of keep them on the side. And if the movie gets announced, you feel like flipping them, hey, you probably can make a pretty penny. But this is Micronauts. The other one that you should probably pick up is the first appearance of Mask, which is those cars that transform into flying mobiles. And yeah, so pretty much I know ROM is coming out, so just a couple of things you should look out for. I want to say there's one other one, but I kind of skipped my mind. But anyway, there we go. So just getting back into what I was saying, new comic book hauls that's been coming out. And so I basically just went to the comic shops, which is something I haven't really done. I don't do too often. I do a lot of hunting and, you know, back issue comic shops, which is also carry records, you know, just used bookstores, whatnot. You know, and then once in a while I'll peruse through a comic shop. But these past couple of weeks I actually went through because I saw a lot of stuff I like. So this is Curse of Brimstone #1. I guess in all technicalities, the first full appearance of Brimstone. If you went and read some of the back DC issues of some of these, the new Age of Heroes, they actually already have stories that would talk about a new characters coming out. So, you know, some of those comics could be actually considered the cameo of some of these characters, but this is like the first full appearance. It's a pretty cool story. I actually read it, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So I'm really trying to pick up all of these new Age of Heroes for DC. One of them's got to hit, right? I mean, you keep on popping out all these new characters. Something's eventually got to hit. So yeah, I really like that one. That's the variant cover. I saw this in the stands, and I was amazed that really nobody. I was watching some YouTube. I was watching Catherine Figures, I think, showed this book. I'm not too sure who else showed this book. I know a couple of people showed it, but I was amazed that really no one was making a big deal over this J.G. Jones cover, because this thing is just amazing. Like, I instantly saw this and I was like, okay, this is a guaranteed pickup. This J.G. Jones cover is just freaking gorgeous. It didn't get enough credit when I saw some of the hauls that people were pulling out last week. Like this Justice League 42 is just freaking phenomenal. Like, yeah, I actually, you got to bring this thing up close to really appreciate it. Sorry about the glare, but man, there's just so much detail in this thing, and it is just simply amazing. And it didn't get the credit. I know a couple of YouTubers, like I said, showed up it. Not enough. I think I saw a couple of YouTubers showed it and they just kind of skipped it. They were like, oh, I got the book, but I was like, come on, man, give that cover a little bit more credit. All right, so I picked up this Venom 164, whatever, Yin Yang, I guess, if you want to call it. But yeah, picked that one up. Along with that, I also picked up the Venomized #1. I guess prefuse exclusive, I guess, whatever. I just thought it was a hot cover, and honestly, that's the only reason why I picked this one up. So yeah, that's why I went to the comic shops. I just noticed there's just a lot of hot covers, and believe it or not, I actually had some time because I don't pick up as much comics as I used to, so I actually read the books. This Matina, man, this was the talk of the town last week, huh? And it rightfully should be. I mean, this thing is just gorgeous. I feel like I should get a little closer into this camera. I'm gonna try to see if I can get closer to that. But yeah, this Matina was the talk of the town last week, so had to pick one up. Luckily, I found all of these comics on the shelf still yet, so I was very happy for that. Speaking of Matina, I had to pick up this Virgin Spot as well. So yeah, I know a lot of you guys showed it already, so, you know, no big deals, no big whoops, but Matina, just a fabulous artist, man. Fabuloso. So I think that's how they say it back at his, wherever the hell he's from. All right, again, another cover that I picked up simply for such. And yeah, a lot of Venom stuff last week. I'm just Venomed out already, but anyway. And Thing and Human Torch, another variant, Venom 30th anniversary, I guess, that I picked up last week. It's a great cover. I saw a couple of people, again, they posted it on YouTube. I saw it on Instagram, but I'm just like, I don't think people are giving these covers enough credit. This one's done by Johnson. Just amazing stuff. Cannot believe it. And of course, I had to pick up the Domino. I saw this Domino. I think there was another one that everybody was chasing. I want to say it's the J. Scott Campbell Domino. And don't worry, I know it's pronounced Domino. But yeah, I just picked it up. That's a big freaking gun. I don't know. That's got to have some kind of kickback, and it's a big ass gun, man. And another cover that came out last week that just did not get enough. I mean, there was so much stuff coming up last week, and I'm just like, why are people not hyping these things up? Because man, this In-Hyuk Lee is just amazing. This X-Men Red, again, Venom 30-year anniversary, done by In-Hyuk Lee, young Korean artist that's just like killing it, and yeah, I just felt like it just wasn't given the proper, I don't know, proper value, man. I mean, this thing is just amazing. Like, look at this thing. This thing is just amazing. Sorry about the Mylar glare. I only use Mylar, so I should be used to it by now. Yeah, just simply amazing. Not enough props. All right, I am going to give you guys a super under the radar book. Grab your pen, grab your pencils, grab your piece of paper. Not a lot of people are talking about this next book. So, yeah. So, check this out. All right. So, basically, what happened is the Green Goblin mixed with Carnage. I know. Mind-blowing, right? Mind-blowing. All right. So apparently, what happened is when the Green Goblin mixed with Carnage, and they made this thing called the Red Goblin. All right. So Spider-Man 798 now. Keep this to yourselves. Spider-Man 798 is the first full appearance of the Red Goblin. So go out there, check it out, and see if you can find a copy. Because yeah, not a lot of shops ordered a lot of 798. So you know, really check it out. Also, I hope you guys know what sarcasm sounds like. It is $7.99. I just picked it up this week. Apparently, Normie is also a Kid Red Goblin. So yeah, you got Red Goblin, and then you got Kid Red Goblin. And of course, I had to pick up the variants. There's actually a hotter variant than this one. I didn't see it at the shop. I was like, you know what? I'll just pick this one up. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing this. This is all the rave, all the hype right now. So pick that one up. Actually, as you can tell, we're going into this week. So again, this week just had a lot of crazy, just a lot of crazy covers. This one done by Jim Lee, and I like how it's done where it's not a, it's a virgin, but there's still a little bit of detail, so it's not a full version. I think my boy Mel on CBSI calls it the finger pop variants. So it's not a virgin variant. It's a finger pop variant. And so that's what I'm gonna go. Sorry, that's what I'm gonna go. Anyway, so yeah, these new finger pop variants came out, and yeah, just a sick cover. Shit. Superman 45. I love these chain breaker covers where Superman does. This is done by John Boy. Sorry, like I said, my son's coffee in the background, but yeah. Anyway, there you go. The Superman breaking the chain. Love these things. And I want to move this in the back a little bit. Can we still do that? Yeah, we can still do that. Cool. Move this thing up a little forward. Boom. I feel a little bit better about that. All right. And then, of course, for this week, the other hot book. Sorry about the camera moving around so much. This is a new setup. It's kind of ghetto, but whatever. The new book this week, of course, Action Comics 1000. I guess there was hype. I don't know. I just feel like Superman hitting that 1,000 mark, the first comic to ever hit that 1,000 mark. I don't know. I just felt like there should have been something more. There should have been more something. I don't know, more hype, more craziness. But I mean, I don't know what your comic shop did. The closest comic shop to me, all they did was basically sell these, and they're like, oh yeah, they got like 7-8 covers. I don't know. There's a bunch of store variants out there. I think Matina actually did one as well. But Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't feel there was enough hype. I picked up this one, the blank cover, and just because I have a con coming up, Scotty Young is coming. I'm thinking I want to see if Scotty Young can do a Superman for me on that one. And then I also picked up, something that's kind of more my speed. I saw all the covers. I just felt this was a little bit more Doom 143-esque, and so I like the Lieber Meher cover. Love that fiery background. No one can do uniform detail as better than Lieber Meher. I think the only other person that can do uniform detail just as good, I would have to say, would either be Alex Ross and probably Todd McFarlane. They usually do overly detailed stuff. So, but I had to pick up the Lieber Meher one. This is just kind of more my speed. But yeah, love this cover. I saw the other ones. I wasn't feeling it. Maybe too classic for me. I'm not too sure, but really, really enjoyed this one. I think the only other one was that checkerboard one. Is the only other one I kind of really liked. But yeah. And that's it. That's pretty much for the new stuff. Everything else has either been eBay or like stealth buys, whatnot. This one is this is a book that Takuma Comics actually AOK to me. Thank you, Tacoma. Thank you. I guess he saw this book. He saw all the rain on it, and I think he instantly was all like, "Okay, this is a Doom 143 book." He asked me if I wanted the book. I told him, "Yeah, sure, man. Thank you very much." So super stoked on having this one. So cannot thank Tacoma enough. This one was from Master X. Master X was selling some books, and I'm not. Was it on Alex's channel? I'll leave Alex's channel on the link. I'm sure if you're sub to me, you're sub to Alex as well. But just in case, Alex is a great guy. He's got a great auction coming up. He always starts all this stuff at 99 cents. He always does free shipping. Probably one of the better auctions out there on YouTube, in my personal opinion. And not the most exciting, not the most exciting one, but price-wise, Alex is pretty awesome. But yeah, I had to pick this up. This is first appearance of Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. Is it Katana? Yeah, Katana, and also the first appearance of the Outsiders as well. So I had to pick up this Brave and the Bold 200, and this is also a last issue. So you got two first appearances, Outsiders, Katana, and you also got a last issue. So a lot of times that combination itself makes for a great book. Sticking with the old school. Here we go. Submariner number 5, first appearance of the Tiger Shark. Beautiful copy that I found for a really excellent price. The whites aren't as white as I like them to be here, but everything else, the colors are bursting. I think this cover is pretty iconic itself. It's amazing that with him yelling as much, there's no bubbles coming out of his mouth. That's kind of crazy. And yeah. It's just how I view things. I'm like, really, he's yelling and there's no bubbles. But anyway, so yeah, Submariner number 5. If anything ever happens to Submariner, I'm not too sure what happened. Truth be told, I live here in Hawaii, for you people that don't know, and down on the North Shore, they actually were already setting up the stuff for Submariner. They were already setting it up just outside of Oahu. And they were getting ready for the Submariner movie, all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, just nothing. Just like it just dropped off the middle of the earth. So I'm not too sure what's going on with Submariner. I know he was supposed to have his own TV show, yada yada. Maybe the Inhumans didn't do well, so maybe they just scratched the whole thing. Not too sure. But anyway, Submariner number 5, first appearance, Tiger Shark. Absolutely love this thing. So yeah, got me that one right there. Picked up another European variant. Just absolutely love this one. So there's Ultimate X-Men, I guess number 50. This is a Panini European Collector's Edition. This cover of Colossus is done by Delato. It's actually available in a US comic. I think it's also Ultimate X-Men. I forget what number. I think there's a 9 in there somewhere. But I just like how the Europeans do it. Sometimes they'll either do like an embossing, or they'll do like a raised character, and I don't know, to me it just shows so much better on the European comics. And I'm a huge Colossus fan. I remember being 6th, 7th grade, everybody gravitated towards Wolverine. Everybody loved Wolverine. For some reason, I just gravitated towards Colossus. So I was always a huge Colossus fan. So there you go. Ultimate X-Men, this Panini cover. And what else did I get? Oh, yeah. So I actually got 3 sets of these. 3 trade and 3 virgins. But 2 sets already sold. So those are gone. And 1 trade I A-OK to a buddy that lives here in Hawaii. And so yeah, this is all I got. I just kept the virgin cover. This Adam Hughes book is pretty poppin'. Vampirella, I want to say it's number 11. And I don't know. I don't think I'll ever see Adam Hughes anytime soon unless he comes to Hawaii. But this is be something definitely I would love to have him sign. Even though I could probably just sign it myself. And maybe just have him, I don't know, just get it slabbed or something. It'd be cool if he could do a sketch, but I don't know if he's a sketch guy. But yeah, definitely had to pick this book up. This book was the hottest thing for a little while. So boom, pick that one up. And what else did I pick up? Oh, this is actually, in the real sense of under the radar, this is actually a real under the radar book right here. So this is Black Widow number 2. This is a Frank Cho variant. Not a lot of people really know about this variant. I mean, for the variant collectors, they'll know about it. But just in general, not a lot of people know about this Frank Cho variant. And it actually goes for around $35, $40. People asking. I was actually able to find this for $9. So yeah, I mean, you know, I think that's slightly stealthy buy. I'm pretty happy with that purchase. And it's just a beautiful Frank Cho cover. Simplicity at its best, but yet at the same time with a lot of added detail. If you ever see Frank Cho actually work on his stuff, he's very detail oriented, and I love that about him. And if you take a really close look at the cover and not just kind of look at it for face value, but actually dig deep and look at the lines, yeah, there's a lot of great detail on this book, and Frank Cho killed it on this one. So absolutely happy to have this one. And this is kind of funny. Freddy's 562 just showed this book, so I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, because I think he talked to me about this book 2 to 3 weeks before he actually showed it on his haul. But if this is not the baddest ass Magneto cover out there, I don't know what is. Like, this to me is literally the sickest Magneto cover out there. So super stoked on having this Ultimatum #1 variant. And yeah, look at Magneto looking all badass. That's a boss pose right there, bro. That's a boss pose right there. That is sick. All right, okay, anyway. Cool. So check this out. Now we'll get into the personal grail. Let's bust this out right here. All right, so you guys, for the guys that know me, you guys already seen these books over here. And these were my 2, damn, that glare's crazy. These are my 2 personal grails I had picked up within the past couple of months. And this is kind of where I've been more focused. Now, all those other books I've shown, if I find them for super cheap, or I find them out in the wild, and it's just something that I like, I'll pick them up. But I won't be as focused as where I'm going with my personal grails. Now, I'm not looking for grail books per se, and I'm looking just for my personal grails that I've always wanted. Now, truth be told, a lot of these actually still go for money. This Venom 12 is just ridiculously, at one point was ridiculously hard to find. So this Venom 12 variant, and then this M&M Punisher. I picked up 2 of these, and like I say, it's funny. It's like when you finally get it, that's when everything starts popping up. There's actually one on eBay right now. I talked to the dealer, asked how much he wanted on it. He actually had a really good price. Like, if I never owned this M&M Punisher, I would have picked that book up no problem with the price he gave me. But it's just because I had 2, and I actually just have 1 right now. Yeah, these books go for money. So anyway, you know, again, just patience is a virtue, and you know, it's just one of those things that if you really are determined to stay focused on buying what you really want, it's amazing what you'll find when you give it some time. So this is what happened. Bam. 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 Bagoosh. So stoked. You guys don't even know how long I've been jonesing for this book. This Hulk 4 Venom variant. It's just amazing. Like, this thing at one point was just crazy hard to find. Lo and behold, and if you're a variant collector, this is not going to be any surprise to you. But for some people that don't know, but if you're a variant collector, you guys know that Cargo Hold was just bringing out these Venom variants just like crazy. And you know, even if he put out like 100 of them, these books are still super rare. You know, he didn't put out 100 of them, but even if he did, these books are still super rare. These are probably one of the more highly sought after variants that are out there. And I was super stoked on finding this one. Like, just really happy. And, you know, just I couldn't believe I finally have this in my collection. I was like, damn, patience is definitely a virtue. Can't believe I have this in my collection. And then guess what happened? No, I didn't find another one. Just in case you're like, oh, you found another one. No. Oh! Snap. Oh, snap. Look at this bad boy. Oh, Iron Man 512 Venomized variant. Whole to the Lee to the to the it, man. Yeah, huge pat on my back. Such a great price. When these things were like ghosts, when they first were ghosts, these things were like, people could ask for 1,000 and they would get them, no problem. They would get them. Maybe not the Hulk 4, maybe the Hulk 4 people would ask 700. Or just lo and behold, like I said, Cargo Hold, we're just spitting these out. The story is that somebody came in and they just so happened to have gotten a bunch. Now, I could be wrong on that. All I know is that some way, somehow, Cargo Hold got a hold of a bunch of them. Anyway, they started putting them out on eBay, and everybody and their mamas who collected variants just went after them. I was one of the lucky people to actually have gotten this on its way down. So the first one that came out, of course, sold for a lot, and then the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So I was able to actually grab this for way under retail value, and cannot wait to the next time I can get these things slabbed. And yeah, I'm just super stoked. And thank you for allowing me to share this two personal grails that I picked up. And yeah, it's just been awesome, man. It's just been awesome collecting. Like I said, it's amazing how collecting feels when you're just focused on yourself and just what you want and not trying to follow the crowd. Now, to be honest, I found about these books because of friends, but it's one of those things like, okay, that's a cool book versus like something that really triggers something in you and you really want. And first time I heard about these books, first time I saw these books, along with the Eminem Punisher, along with the Venom 12, along with these books here, finding these two books was just amazing. I mean, just simply amazing. All right. You guys know me, always long videos. I tried to speed this up, but you know, I got a mouth on me, so I just keep talking. All right, guys. Thank you. Sorry about the background sound with my son coughing, but you know, it is what it is. All right. To everybody in the community, as always, shoots and mahalos. Look, check them out.